it's Allie and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's going to be my October TBR. I know I did a fall TBR, but in September, I didn't read very much. It took me like 3 weeks to get through one book specifically. So I thought I would do an updated TBR for October since I'm probably not going to get to all of the books that I wanted to this fall. The first 3 books that I have here were already on my fall TBR, and I want to keep them on here. I am almost done with the first book in this series. I have less than 100 pages left in it, so I'm hoping to get these started at the beginning of October. And the first book in this series is Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. And this is the second book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and all of these books are murder mysteries. In the first book, women are showing up brutally murdered, and our main character, Audrey Rose, is on the hunt for the Ripper to figure out who is murdering those women. So in October, I want to start with the second book, and this book is still a murder mystery, and it's about Audrey Rose trying to find the murderer of the people who are showing up with no blood in their bodies. So people are thinking that it's Dracula coming up from the dead, but Audrey Rose thinks that it is a person who is draining the blood from these bodies. So as you can guess, the second book in my October TBR list is Escaping from Houdini by Carrie Maniscalco, which is the third book in the series. They are on a boat and people are going missing, trying to figure out who is doing it, but this person keeps escaping from her. The final book in the series and the last book of this series that is on my TBR for October is Capturing the Devil by Carrie Maniscalco. And once again, murder mystery, and we're following Audrey Rose. In this book, she's encountering a serial killer of the like that she's never encountered before. And this killer is the owner of the Murder Hotel, which has all of these tricks in it, and she's trying to find him in this hotel. I'm interested to see where all of these books go. I think that the concept of them and the theme of each book is very interesting, though the book that is taking me forever to get through this September is Stalking Jack the Ripper. The first half of it is just really boring, and I'm really pushing through this last half. It is picking up a little bit for me, and I've heard that the second book is a lot better than the first one. So I'm crossing my fingers, and I hope that I enjoy the second book more than I am liking the first one. Now, the next book that is on my October TBR is a book that I don't physically have yet because it is not out yet, and that is Kingdom of the Cursed by Carrie Maniscalco, and this is the second book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series. This book comes out October 5th, and I have it pre-ordered, so I'm really hoping that I receive it on that day, because once I get that book, I am going to pick it up and devour it because I absolutely loved Kingdom of the Wicked, and I cannot wait to find out what happens next in this story. So if you don't know what Kingdom of the Wicked is, it follows Amelia, and Amelia is a twin sister. Her sister Victoria was found brutally murdered, and Amelia wanted to solve the mystery of her sister's death. But to do that, she had to use dark magic, which was forbidden, and she needed the help of a prince of hell to find the murderer of her sister. I loved Kingdom of the Wicked, and I'm so excited for Kingdom of the Cursed to see how the story progresses. Cannot wait till I get my hands on that book. The next 3 books I have are part of a series by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and the first book in the series is White Hot Kiss. And this series is about demons and gargoyles, and there are these creatures that are called wardens, which are a type of gargoyle that hunts demons. Layla, our main character, is half demon and half gargoyle. Not only that, but if she kisses anyone with a soul, she kills them. So it's kind of hard for her to kiss her crush, and there might be a little bit of a love triangle in the series, which I love triangles. I love the tension between people when there is a love triangle. I'm really excited to read this series. I've heard a lot of good things about it. This book was released in 2014, which came out after I graduated high school, a couple years. And this kind of reminds me, just reading the synopsis, of more of a younger YA read. So we'll see how I like it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. And of course, Jennifer L. Armentrout is super popular right now with her From Blood and the Ash series. But I kind of wanted to start out a little bit smaller than that series. So I'm excited to read this. This is the first book in the series. The second one is Stone Cold Touch. And the third is Every Last Breath. Now, the last book on my October TBR is actually a book club pick. I started a book club with some people in my family, and I'm really excited to do it with them just because because I live in Texas, I don't get to see them very often, so I'm excited to be able to talk to them, even if it is just over Zoom, and about something that I love to do. So with this book club, I put up either 3 or 4 book options for them to pick from, and the most popular vote for October was Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman. And this is a prequel story to Practical Magic, which is a book by Alice Hoffman as well, and it had been adapted in 1995. The stars of that were Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. If you haven't heard of it, you probably should watch it. It's a pretty good movie. This is where the curse all started. So in this book, we follow Maria Owens, and she was abandoned when she was a baby and taken in by Hannah. Hannah taught Maria all about the nameless art. But one day, Maria was betrayed by a man she loved, and she followed him to Salem, Massachusetts, and she cast a curse that haunts her family for generations. I'm so excited to read this book. I have had my eye on this book, and The Rules of Magic, I believe, is the second prequel to Practical Magic. This one first, then The Rules of Magic. I've had my eye on those 2 books. I'm really excited to read them. I have not read Practical Magic before. I have seen the movie, but I have not read it before, so that will be on my list eventually to get to. But I'm really excited to read this month, and I'm excited to talk about it in our book club. Those are all the books that are on my updated October TBR. I can't wait to get to these books. I'm really hoping that I can read more in October than I have read so far in September. We'll see. It's going to be a busy month for me. 2 of my 3 children have birthdays in October, and we have family coming to visit almost half of the month. There's just a lot of things going in October for us. I'm not going to hold myself up to the list too much because I just don't want to stress myself out. I want reading to be kind of an escape for me and be relaxing. I don't want to have to force myself to do it. But with that being said, I still want to read all of these books in October, so hopefully I can get to them all. But thank you guys so much for watching my video today. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when I post new content. I will link all my social media accounts down below if you wanted to check those out. Once again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!